Yes, indeed.
All right, still very volatile market. You can see APH had pulled up to as high as $15.10 on the day already. It's only 9:42, and it's pulled back, pulled down into the 1460. This is a good time to talk about sort of the mindset of a trader. It's easy to say, "Oh my goodness, I bought it at 1380, which is down here. I sold at 1440. I could have, woulda, shoulda waited till it got to 15, or who knows, maybe it'll be back to 16 today. I made a mistake, but the truth is, you will never sell at the bottom or buy at the bottom, sell at the top. You just got to be happy that if you made some money. And so it's just a mindset that I've been developing. I think it's a relatively easy for me to do, but maybe challenging for a lot of people. If you sell a stock and it continues to go up another 10%, it's hard not to sort of mentally kick yourself. But I'm going to continue to watch these guys. I was just about to put a limit order on ACB, which it's going up, so it's sort of useless. But it started to pull down here, and somewhere in the low tens is where I was thinking of. If it gets down there on a pullback, like right in this range, I might enter. But for now, I'm just going to sort of keep my eye on these guys. They seem to be recovering at least a decent portion. I told you that they're down another 10% on pre-market today. So they seem to be recovering at least a portion of their losses. The whole market is down already over 1%, 1.3% in 15 minutes, which isn't that great. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So I'm just going to keep my eye on ACB and maybe some other ones too, but they're all just skyrocketing right now, so there isn't really any pullbacks as of yet, but I will keep my eye and let you know. All right, I just decided, even though the stock's still at 1040, I put a limit order at $10.06 right here, 8,000 shares. Something I wasn't even aware of until, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, but it's worth talking about, is when you see these limit orders building up, so 15,000, 4,600, etc. down here, they're filled on a first come, first serve basis. So basically, I have this in here, and if 3 or 4 more people or companies decide to sell, what of it sell? Oh no, sorry, buy at this point, I'll be filled first. So in the event that it touches 1006 and doesn't drop down, I'll sort of get in before. So it's not a massive, huge thing most of the time, because if it's going to move and you're going to fill, generally to fill the whole penny. But that being said, once in a while it might dip down to your number and you don't actually fill, and it can be frustrating. So in this instance, I'm just going to sort of leave this here, keep my eye on it as we go throughout the morning, and see if we can fill. I do like this because there's also a massive number at $10, 95,000 shares. So it gives me a good opportunity to have a low risk, get in at 1006, and then if we get into the high nines, run away, which I think is pretty exciting. I mean, we have a ways to go, some chunky numbers above me here and here before we get down here, but I will keep my eye. You can see it's already moved from 1060 down to 1030, so it's a 30-cent drop in just a few minutes. So it's certainly capable of coming all the way back down to the $10 range. So let's keep our eye on it and see how she goes. All right, well, we filled. Very surprised. Quick turn of events. ACB has just tanked all the way down 987. We're in at 1006. Seems to be recovering a little bit. It actually took me for surprise. I took my finger off the screen for like 5 minutes. I was just writing in some other notes on some other stocks, and all of a sudden, bingo bango, she's down. So we're at about a 10-12 cent loss right now. We smashed right through $10, which is pretty amazing. So I'm just going to keep my eye on it. I think it's going to pull back. And it opened at 970. It's down 12% for the day. I'll ride this out for a little bit. Just keep my eye on it. See what happens. I'll prepare a sell order. 8,000 shares. So I can like one click if I need to. I like seeing these bigger numbers piling up on the buy side, and not too many. 1019's got a big number, but not too many on the upside. Okay, we're pulling back up, which is awesome. Volume is down on this upswing though, relative to this downswing. And these chunky numbers are coming up at 1020. Market's been open for over half an hour, so the volume should go down at least to a degree. Usually the first half hour are the wildest. So we're back down to about $10. Pulled up to 1017 at a high. Again, $10 again. Crashed through $10. We're bouncing all around $10. Massive numbers now at $10, which is terrible. Definitely bounced between $9.90 and $10 for a while. I'm looking, considering. But I don't like these numbers here at all. The volume is like 200,000, 176,000 a minute. We'll see if we can get some up pressure. The question is it going to break through 990 and go down? Like if it does, I'm out. Or is it going to break through the $10, which it just did, which is good. those are some big numbers. Now it's moving. Market's now down 1.8% on the day. It's going to be a big losing day for the market. Okay, we're filling $10. That's good. We now got a big chunky number at 10.10. I think I'm going to set $9.89 stop limit, just in case something aggressive happens, because I've seen these guys just smash through 10 cents in 10 seconds. So it's definitely going to bounce to $9.90 and $10 for a while. So this will be defensive, and then we can sort of sit and ride this a little bit more comfortably. So I'm going to do a comparison. It's interesting because all three of these, I was watching these guys quite a lot yesterday, and they're very much holding true to each other within like 1% as far as their losses. But today it's all over the board. Like if you look at ACB's down 12% on the day, whereas APH is only down 5%, and weed is down 6%. So I mean, I do like my space being in the stock that is the biggest loser of the day, because if they do balance themselves out and get to some sort of equality, then we're in the best camp right now. I guess you could look at it that way. It's just the volatility involved. How much are you willing to risk? How deep are you willing to go for the assumption that it's going to pull back to balance out with the other weed stocks? Come on, boys. Let's get some upswing here. We might get stopped out here. It's looking like we're pulling down before we're going anywhere. So our stop is 9.89. Massive buy at 9.89, which is interesting. No, not looking good. Not looking good. Definitely gonna get filled here. Yeah, I think we're out. Dang it. gonna push us right to that limit. Yeah, we filled 989. Well, that's unfortunate. So we got stopped out of that one. We'll see. Now that we're hitting 989, we might go down a little more, but I liked our position. I liked that opportunity. I mean, we could have. It didn't go up enough. Like it's only up 10 cents from where we got in at 10.06. So I mean, it's not that exciting, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep my. All right, we just watched it tank all the way down to 976. We actually had a limit order in at 976 that filled, which is potentially cool. So again, we're gonna see it might dump again, but you see this chunky number that's getting smaller at 975, and then 970's got another one. So there's some big numbers on the downside piling up. So hopefully, this is gonna bring some momentum on the upside. Like I'm thinking this could pull back. Like it's down 14% right now. Couldn't imagine it closing down 14% after being down 13 or 14 yesterday. Maybe, but I don't know. So we're in at 976 again after getting stopped out at 989. We'll see if we get back up and break through $10 and we can do some stuff. I'm going to set another stop at 969. Again, we have a little bit of protection, but this thing's moving. The volume last minute went down. It's still moving really quickly. And just for protection again, let's go 969. Just to be safe, I've watched these for days, and there are times when this will have a 25-cent drop off in the course of like 15 seconds. So again, just protecting the massive, 10K loss or something. Stop market 969, 8,000. Okay. So I got that in there. Just feels like the same thing's happening at when it was bouncing between $9.90 and $10. It feels like now it's bouncing between $9.75 and $9.85, sort of the same concept. So I just don't know. Like, look, we're already down to $9.65, getting smashed through it. Look, it just isn't at the bottom yet. It feels. We'll see if we're stopped out again. Okay, and this might take a while. I don't want this video to be like 6 hours long, so I'll let you know what happens. We got stopped out for a second time. It ended up pulling back into the low 990s. I thought there was a decent potential for if it broke through 10 to really climb back up, get into a reasonable range. But again, we're just tanking down here. I don't even know. It's a new low a day, so I don't know where we're at. Maybe we get to 950. Maybe we get below that. I mean, there's a huge buy at 950. 250,000 stock at 950. So I don't know if I'm excited to get back in here, but we'll see. Maybe 956. And I don't know. This is unprecedented downswing for sure. The whole market's now down 2%. So we'll keep our eye out. Another huge sell-off. We're down in the 940s. This is impressive. 930s. Huge volume spike in here. Gonna try and catch this if it does swing back, but I don't know where the bottom is. I have no idea. 920 is about to break. Down 18% on the day, which is madness. Is that it? Maybe. Nope, 925. New low, 920. Breaking through 920. Let's try now. Looks like it's momentuming back up. Alright, we just filled that. Filled at 927. So the bottom was 919. It's impressive. But we got in at 927. We're up 20 cents very quickly. Preparing to sell. Let's go all the way back. Come on. Let's get up to $10. That would be cool. Gotta break through 950, which won't be easy. Thinking about it. Oh, did it. No problem. No problem. Keep going. Okay, got some build up. We're going to switch this over to a stop market 949. Lock in a little bit of profit. Okay, so we have 949 as a stop loss. In at 927. So that's 20 something cents. That might recover some of our last two. Don't you do it. Ah, we're stopped out. That's okay though. That's okay. That's a win. Still don't really trust this stock at all. Okay, so in at 927, out at 949 or so. That was the most recent trade. All right, another quick update. I'm in again at 952. You see this big sell-off all the way to 946. It had pulled up to 969, so I'm in at 952. And let's dance. I mean, I feel inevitable. If you look at this graph, I feel inevitably, and I might be wrong. We gotta have some sort of pullback by the end of the day, because I couldn't imagine 16% loss in a day. It just seems extraordinary. Like, I don't know what the pullback will be. Will it be above 10? Will it be all the way up to, like, 1050? I don't know. But I mean, it opened almost $1 down on the day. So anyway, I'll let you know how this one goes. All right, here's a quick update for y'all. Apologize if I'm out of breath. I just worked out a little bit. So I'm pretty frustrated at this situation. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to keep my head cool. But the last one I was in at 951, which is right here. Loved it. Loved the entry point. And pulled up. And it started coming down. So I put a stop loss when it was at like 970 something. Put a stop loss of 958. And you can see right here, literally to like the penny, it triggered my stop loss. Just frustrating. Now it's pulled all the way up like I was expecting, or like I was suggesting. It's still down a ton for the day, but obviously, it's pulling back up to $10 plus. So it went from like 16% in the hole to 12, 13%. And it's still climbing. So, yeah, if I weren't stopped out here, I'd certainly still be in this stock. Yeah, so it's kind of frustrating because to look at a 50-cent move would be like 4K. And I mean, I had a profit on that trade of $480. So I mean, if you look at my day today, again, not that exciting. There's 2,000 and there's 2,500 lost. So I mean, I kept jumping into ACB. I've just done it all day. That was like the first, second, third. That was the fifth time I got into ACB, and I was every one of those times I was waiting for the time that was going to spike up. So I got in at 10:06, got in at 9:76, got in at 9:56, 9:27, 9:52, and each one of those times, I was waiting for this pullback from, or not pullback, but from this down spot right here, right? So you have this big downtrend, and then obviously this significant uptrend. But anyway, I'm out of it now. Unfortunately, it's back up to $10. I don't see a way of me entering again. If it falls off at this point, I don't know, maybe if it falls to 950 I can look at it again, but yeah, just overall sort of a sour experience, but I will survive. I'll move on, pretty much break even for the day, probably done trading, just keep on doing my stats and stuff. So anyway, see ya. Just another update to add insult to injury. So we pushed above $10 when I was sitting at 10.10. So what I would very likely do in this situation, 100%, would be move a stop loss up to just under $10 and then try and ride this to see how high it goes. We pulled from 16% was our low of the day as far as percentage down. We're now 11.5, so that's a, not that I got in at the bottom, but that's a significant increase. And locking in $9.99 or $9.98, somewhere in there, would have put me at about 47 cents profit, which would be about, I don't know, close to $4,000 instead of 400. But yeah, I mean, obviously going to keep watching this to add to the depression, but live and learn. Well, we're at 10 after 3, and the APH is actually up 7%, if you can believe it. It opened down 8%. Fantastic move. So we got in at 1380, if you can believe it, way at the beginning of the day. Now we made $3,500 bucks, so I'm not going to complain, but obviously we would have had to sustain a pretty good downswing after the upswing, but nonetheless, it's trading at $17 right now. Weed stock is now up after opening tremendously down, and APH is, ACB is pulled from 16% down to now just 3% down. Fantastic move. So I'm seeing these lines right sort of here and here. Hang on, let me line it up. How do I do this? Sort of like this flattening out and volume going down. So I'm thinking that we're close to a downtrend from here. I think people are going to start selling off here before the end of the day, taking some profits on this big upswing. Because I see the sort of weed and APH all sort of having this, I guess you call it a consolidation period, like right here. These are 5-minute charts for the last half an hour or so. It's been quite flat. So I'm going to keep my eye on it. I've got a feeling these are all going to come on down. Maybe not that much, but some sort of expectation. So if it pulls down significantly and then levels off, I might try and jump in again. But I might just leave it for the day. It's been an adventurous day, to say the least. And that's about all I got to say about that. Alright, as expected, there is the huge dump, at least in ACB. We're at 154. These are 5-minute candles. And we did the same thing. APH did the same thing. Not quite as much, but. So, switch over to 1 minutes and see if. Oh, let's get closer. Get a little bit closer. See volume. Alright guys, it's over. The madness is over. ACB ended up just flatlining at the end of the day, right around the $10 range. But what a chart. I mean, opened up, I think down 10 or 12%, pulled all the way up, close to even, 11.29, and then petered off quite a bit at the end of the day, finished about 10 bucks. So I had a couple opportunities, really good opportunities in here when I was trading. Especially this guy here, this 952, entered the market 952, and the stock had moved up to like 975. So I put my stop loss in at 958, and it literally tipped my stop loss, and then just started hammering upwards. So again, let's look at sort of this section here if we can. So right here was where, so basically bought in here at 952. It came up to 980 something, and here's right in here as I moved my stop loss to 958, and right there you can see 958 on the penny, exactly 958, and then never went lower, ramped all the way up to this ridiculous, point. And very likely at 1060, I would have put a stop loss, down somewhere here and got stopped out in this big downturn. But still, that's a fantastic opportunity where I got binked on my stop loss to the penny. But overall, had a profitable day. I don't day trade that much, but I did today. So that was the sort of day trading history before the day started, and here it is now. So about, I don't know, $1,800 we'll say. The APH at the beginning was the big winner that sort of put me in the green. That happened super early on in the day, and then I just sort of bounced back and forth with these guys, and just unable to swing that big winner, just getting stopped out again and again. But anyway, probably not going to do it tomorrow. Got stuff to do, but maybe near the end of the week I will do some more day trading. We'll see. See ya.
Yes, indeed.